And so the three main functions of mindfulness here in increasing subtlety are, first, to remind us of what we're supposed to do. That's the most common or outer level, like basically distinguish right from wrong, virtue from non-virtue, what leads to suffering or what leads to happiness. And then to, second, more subtle, to see things as they are, without adding anything and without subtracting anything. And then finally, most subtle, to realize the true nature of all phenomena, like how they ultimately are. So in that way, mindfulness is not just being aware of what you're doing just now, or what you're thinking just now, but the ultimate purpose is to actually realize the nature of all phenomena. And in Mahamudra, that is done by realizing the nature of the mind. So when the nature of the mind is realized, it is said there that covers everything else, because all phenomena are simply appearances in the mind. So, in other words, if the nature of that for which these appearances appear is realized, then the nature of those appearances is also clear. They're just manifestations or projections of the mind. So that also means that in Buddhism, mindfulness is not some kind of, paranoia, where you walk around by, being constantly in a state of panic that, you're missing something. Oh, I missed the last moment. Or I missed the present moment again. And then you try even harder the next moment, which is kind of, almost guaranteed that you will miss it also, because your mind is so wound up that there is no space to actually see anything. So mindfulness is not paranoia. It's also not OCD, like obsessive compulsive disorder. And it also doesn't mean that one develops like a narrow mind that doesn't look left and right. So it doesn't mean that our mind becomes stiff or rigid. If that happens, then it's actually not mindfulness, it's the opposite. And most of all, in Buddhism, mindfulness is not something to improve samsara, but it was taught by the Buddha to actually get out of samsara altogether. And of course, get out of samsara is plan A. Now, sometimes that takes a little bit of time for some people. So then meanwhile, it's good to have a plan B, which then means, yes, we need to pay attention to all the details of our relative existence, not just solely and exclusively focusing on realizing the ultimate nature of things. But the basic thrust is very clear, that mindfulness is not something, to help make samsara better, or to be able, to find some niche existence in samsara. The bottom line is still always that the basic thrust of mindfulness is to enable us to transcend samsara.